It's because we can only have 3 or 4 matches on the NXT card, and Anthony can't fit you in. That's the only reason why you're not going to get booked. Other than that, if you join the league and you're active and you're actively like challenging for the hardcore championship and wanting to do your matches, and you know, if you feel like being in a party, if you hop in a party with us and talk to us and you know are like involved into the league and stuff like that, you're going to get booked no matter what. So just keep that in mind. Do you have any other questions before I send you the rules page? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If you have a match card for another league, um, that is booked and you have like a main event spot or like a title match or whatever it might be, if you have matches to do um, in another league or a match to do in another league, you just tell us, especially if it's on a Friday and we just released a match card and people are wanting to do their matches and stuff like that. You have a week to do your matches. So you have from the Friday that the match card is released to the next Friday. Sometimes even the next Thursday. I know if it's a big pay-per-view, like we have Survivor Series coming up, on Survivor Series week, Anthony's releasing the match card on a Thursday so that people have more time to get their matches done, because it's one of the big 5 pay-per-views. But yeah, absolutely, man. We're not strict about that at all. If you're getting real busy, even in real life, if you're getting real busy, if you need to if you're not going to be on for a couple of days or even a week, if you're going on vacation or something like that, just let us know, man. We're totally fine with that. We understand that you got shit to do. You don't have to beg for a spot back or whatever. It's fine. It's not a big deal. We understand. We totally understand. So, yeah. So, anyways, do you have any other questions before I send you the rules page? Oh, Jesus. Oh yeah, no. I was just saying, like, you won't if you disappear for a week and want your spot back or want your hardcore title back or whatever. Like the only thing that we'll do that even can remotely be seen as a punishment, if you're the hardcore champion, the only thing we'll do is strip you of the hardcore championship, and that's only because it has the 24/7 rule, and if you don't defend it every day, you can see why that's an issue. So if you're going to be gone for a week and you can't defend it, we're just going to vacate it and let other people fight for it. And that's not even a big deal because of the fact that, the hardcore championship isn't really a main championship. That's what I was talking about. You won't have to beg for your hardcore title back or whatever. You can just challenge for it. It's not like a you get what I'm saying, bro. If you feel like you lose your spot because you go on vacation or something like that, you don't. You have to talk to us about it so that we know that you're going on vacation. Because if you disappear for a week, without telling anybody anything, that's the only thing that's going to make you lose your spot. So just don't disappear randomly. Just talk to us about it. That's it. So. Oh, really? So you and No Limit had a little falling out, huh? All right. Well, I will send you the rules page. And okay, so here's a little disclaimer. We have a lot of rules, and here's why. Let me explain why. The reason why we have a lot of rules is because that is what separates us from leagues like IPW. Because that shit was bullshit. we had maybe 10 rules, and you saw the amount of bullshit that was happening in that league. So this rules page, you don't have to read every single rule because they're all kind of minuscule. You just have to, you know, at least understand it and, like, you know, skim through it. Oh yeah, that is exactly my point right there. He was the owner of IPW. I was the leader of IPW. That's the difference. I was the one that was posting the match cards. I was the one that was handling the issues and the problems. Yeah, he jumped in and fired a couple people, but that's not the only thing that a leader should do. So you get my point, bro. So you don't have to read every single rule. Just kind of skim through it and at least tell me that you have a basic understanding of it. And after reading the rules page, if you still are down to join the league, I can let you choose your superstars right now. And you can challenge for the Hardcore Championship after you make an account with the website. And I have to talk to Anthony about it first to let him know that you joined and tell him who your people are, and then I can add you to the chat. We have a chat, and it's only so that people have a place to go to say, hey, we have a match and stuff like that. Also, we talk about, like, you know, yesterday 3 legends of the business died, and we talked about it. That's like basically the most that you'll see as far as messages go, besides a day where a match card is released and people are wanting to do the matches, and that's it. So yeah, basically the rules page is just like a bunch of like regulations and stuff like that, just to make sure that everything is fair and everything's even right down the middle. It's basically stuff like, you know, if somebody's going for their comeback, you got to let them hit the comeback. That's a big one, because that is, a lot of times, that's what makes a good match, is if you're beating somebody's ass and they hit a comeback and they come back and you guys start clashing and start having a hell of a good match. That's what makes a hell of a good match. So, also, there's other things like for ladder matches, you have to hit a couple of finishers before you can climb the ladder and go for the title. Sometimes what Anthony and I will do, especially if we're in the match, is we will start going for the title just to make it cinematic. We're not going to try to win if we haven't hit any finishers yet. We'll like climb the ladder and go reach for the championship, but we're not going to, like, you know, get any of the rungs or anything like that. So, yeah, that is basically it. Oh yeah, for the hardcore title match, it can be, people can challenge for it up to 4 people, so that it's a fatal 4-way. If a 5th person challenges, no, not yet. Anthony does. Anthony has a YouTube channel, and sometimes he'll post, you know, highlights of a match that was really good on there and stuff like that. You can talk to him about it when you join, and when he gets on, you can talk to him about it, and I'm sure he'll be happy to send you a link to it. He also makes a wrestling show on YouTube called NWL, and it's fucking phenomenal. It's basically just like watching WWE, except it's the game, and it's a totally different universe. But you'll be able to check that out on a later date. But yeah, that's essentially, like, you know, people can challenge for the hardcore title up to 4 people, and it's a fatal 4-way, Extreme Rules, elimination, falls count anywhere, because it's the hardcore title. And if a fifth person challenges, you either have to do the fatal four-way or you have to wait for a sixth person to challenge. And when the sixth person challenges, you make it a six-man ladder match for the Hardcore Championship. The reason why we do that is because we wanted to make it like a realistic feel. Because in the old school WWE or WWF, that's what would happen. You know, people would just show up and start beating the shit out of the champion or the challengers or whatever. And that's how we want it to feel. We want it to feel like something like that, like an open challenge kind of thing. And all you'd have to do is just say, I want a challenge for the Hardcore Championship. And the champion, if they're on, would have to be obliged to respond and have the match. So on days where you're just, you know, you're bored out of your mind, you want to have a match, just come on here and just be like, I want to challenge for the Hardcore Championship. Like I said, you can only challenge once per day, but that's basically the everyday thing in PWC. And the weekly thing would be the match cards and the actual booked shit. So, yeah, any questions about the rules? All right. So here's what we're going to do then. You, sir, are going to select your wrestlers. Now, if you go to the website and you hit the home button, or you just go back to the home page of the website, you can scroll down and look at the rosters. And the rosters will give you an idea of who's taken. And after looking at that, then you can look at the roster in the game. And even if you wanted to select someone like, say, Jack Swagger, even though he's not in the company anymore, and he's not in the game, you can download Jack Swagger off of Community Creations, and Jack Swagger can be your character. For example, I am Austin Aries. Austin Aries, I just won, or I had the World Championship for a decent amount of time as Austin Aries, and I just lost it to Bray Wyatt at Halloween Havoc. So, you can have people that are like customs that are, you know, regular superstars too. So like if you wanted to be Will Ospreay or something like that, you can have him too. Yeah, so just kind of think about that and let me know who you decide you want. So you can have one for SmackDown, one for Raw, one for NXT. Keep that in mind. And we'll deal with your cruiserweights and your women's division and stuff like that later. And again, like I said, you can choose to have your custom wrestler as your NXT guy. You'll have to start at a 75 overall though. And then once you win the NXT championship and stuff like that, you can boost it.